at the storage unit after church on Sunday, and boy, do we have something to show y'all. We picked this up for a reasonable price.
You can only see his feet.
You can only see his feet. That's so far as the feet. And we looked online. Some of these go for what, over $1,000 bucks? Mm-hmm. We picked it up for $200. That's a pretty good deal. So we'll go ahead and show you what it is. To get him out of the Jeep, you got to basically dismantle the Jeep. Come on, buddy. Check this out. It is Yoda. We got Yoda here. And he is, I don't know, was he 2.5 foot tall?
Yeah, he's
made of like resin, right? And this is about knowing people. Having people know what you do is very important, because they knew you, obviously, and they were like, hey, we got this Yoda thing and we only want to get 200 bucks out of it. Do you want it? We're like, absolutely. We don't know what we're going to do with him. We don't know if we're going to put him in the booth and try to sell him, maybe through Facebook Marketplace and try to sell him. But we did do some research. When Star Wars Episode 3 came out, he was a Burger King promo. There should be a Pepsi like label right here, right? Mm-hmm. So there should be a Pepsi label right there. We're gonna go ahead and get him out because that won't actually fit in there. So, but that's where he came from, which is actually really neat. He's fairly heavy.
Just give him a big old bear hug.
Big old bear hug. He probably weighs 40 or 50 pounds, and he's even got this now. This I think is broken. I don't think it's broken, actually.
I don't think so either. I think that just fits in there.
I think this just fits in there, but a lot of times this is missing the lightsaber, and we got it. So check that bad boy out. That thing is cool. We're actually gonna put them inside the storage unit and go pull some orders. In the storage unit, we got a whole bunch of sales to go over. Sales actually, this is Labor Day weekend, has been good for one day, and then it kind of dipped down. I'll tell you why I think our sales were so good on this one particular day. And then since it's been pretty slow, like today's been really slow, right? Mm-hmm. Super slow, but one day was really, really good. First, we got a duck with a flat head. This is the flathead duck. Just kidding. $17 plus shipping on that guy. And then you have a mask right here that came out of the fireman's lot. That's 20 bucks. Everything's going to be plus shipping. Somebody commented me saying, stop saying plus shipping. It's more of a habit, I think. $14 for this, going overseas.
That's a cute
sweater. Cute sweater right there. Very, very cute, from Knit Waves. Check that old tiger out. Made in the US of A. Heading overseas, $14. 76 bucks for that. That is a rare hard rock Tiger Tales Young and Crazy 11-track CD. I'm telling you, when you find the right CD, I mean, you make some decent money. Little pipe sold. We got this one out to $127. Sold for $10 plus shipping. We had another duck sell. I like wooden ducks, and that one actually had a name on it, but it was just signed, and it wasn't like a company. This one's from the Hutch Decoy Company from Maryland. Probably hard to see. And then this one was the Blue Wing Teal. So you got the Blue Wing right there. And they sold for $26 plus shipping. Out of one of the storage units, we got some gold. We had a gold ring that was actually broken, and then a 1945 Mexico 2 peso solid gold coin in a 14 karat gold charm. We sold the ring for 318 bucks, and then the charm and pendant for $185. So that ain't too shabby. That was actually how much the entire unit cost, so everything else was profit. This really nice denim jacket, $8. It wasn't selling, and somebody wanted it, and I said, you know what, $8 sounds good to me. Right after we sold that gold, I did put the cameo bracelet on that we bought at a yard sale for like a quarter. That sold for $225. The little brass dog that we picked up, I'm telling you, I like to find a box full of these, right? Because it doesn't look like they would sell like that good. Maybe like $5 or $6. $27.20 plus shipping, obviously, and they all sell. I mean, if you find one of those, definitely buy it. We got another one right here. It's going to be a Harley Davidson. I know you can't tell, but it's a 1990s Harley Davidson vintage shirt from Tennessee, sold for $25. And then we did have two regulators from the fireman locker right here. Just two regular regulators. These do work, and they were almost in brand new condition. $51 on those. I don't know if you've seen this video yet on the Bearded Thrift Machine. We picked up these shorts called Wowie, and they're elastic drawstring, just regular shorts. They sold instantaneously to the same person, $15 for each plus shipping. And that I thought was pretty good because you sell a pair of shorts that fast. Maybe we underpriced them a little bit, but they sold really good. We got them for $5, sold them for 15 plus shipping. And then a pair of BK buckle jeans, $25. Then at the same time we picked those up, we picked up a whole bunch of vintage canvas snap shirts. And then one was a button shirt. Sold in like very quickly, right? Maybe an hour. I wouldn't say instantaneously, but very fast for a shirt on eBay. And they were the vintage, again, LL Bean with the snap. They were called like chore shirts or something. Sold for $72 for all of them.
And that's when we got to the Goodwill.
Yeah, we got to the Goodwill, and they were just rolling stuff out in front of us.
In the right time.
Right time, right place.
Right time? Yeah.
A small piece of a J. Higgins safety spring sold for $17 plus shipping. Then we did have one golf club, $18 for a Tour Edge 7-iron. Another really cool sale was this record right here, Turkey Buzzard. I don't know.
Turkey Buzzard.
$34 for that. $53 for a Callaway hybrid wood. Then we also had a Cobalt. I told you when I got these in the store chain, I was like, these are going to sell very quickly. Cobalt, they worked. I did test them out with the actual battery. They worked. This one sold for $34. Then we did have a Bolt sell to another gun, just the bolt and the bolt carrier, no firing pin or anything like that, and it sold for $23. These we're finally done with. I think this is our last one that we picked these up at a Goodwill a long time ago, and we have just been selling them and marking the price down just to get rid of them. This one sold for $5. Sold for $5. Sorry. And then the vintage Gold's Gym plates, the weight. So in there it says Gold's Gym. These are only 2.5 pounds, so that would only be 10 pounds right now. And they're 3 pound weights, 3 pound weight, so it's 12 pounds. These sell really, really well. If you ever see vintage, any type of Gold's Gym or York plates or dumbbells, they sell because they don't make them anymore. And if you have like an old school gym, you need those. Some of these will break sometimes, they get rusted, and they sold all of them for $38.25 plus shipping. And I picked those up for $10 at the 127. And that is all of our sales, which is not bad. We did do a sale this weekend for Labor Day weekend. We did a 10% sale off the entire store, but the one day we did over $1,100 in sales on eBay, and it's because of the gold. So I put it, we ain't got no lights. And so I put some gold up for sale, and it sold instantaneously. And then I put the other cameo bracelet up. It basically sold within 3 or 4 hours, but it like fed the store a little bit because we started selling. That's when we sold this. Actually, that's when we sold all of this. Because ever since then, I think we've done a day that was $200 and a day that was $200. So everything majority sold on that day. And I think when you put really good, high quality stuff on your store, I still think that it feeds into the algorithm that your store is like popping a little bit. You know, you're saying, hey, eBay, I'm here and I'm ready to sell. And they're like, okay, we'll funnel some people over to you. So that's what we got today. We're going to go ahead and put it on the, we got a mess out here. Who did that? Oh my goodness. We're going to go ahead and put Mr. Yoda, as you can tell out here, he's still relaxing.
He scared the mess out of us when we were getting the bins out.
So we got to put him in there, and then we still don't know what we're going to do with him. I mean, I want to put him in the booth and see if we can sell him. I think that, you know what? We know they go online for $1,000. The thing is shipping this would be very difficult because of the width. There is a maximum amount of cubic inches or something that they can take up when you ship them. I think he would almost be at the max, that you would almost have to go freight, and we don't want to do that. If he would not be at the max, we would almost take him to the place that ships your stuff, but it costs you money, where we could take him there and they actually insure it and say, hey, ship this, please. And then they'll insure it and everything like that. I don't know what we're gonna do with it. I would like to sell them locally for $500, $600. Can't go down, so $600, somewhere around there, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's really, really cool. I know we've seen one again on eBay sell for over $1,000. So maybe did they do local pickup on eBay or did they ship him? We'll see if we can find that comp. to see if they shipped him for his local pickup. Because you can always do local pickup on eBay.
That's true. I didn't even think about that.
Because on eBay there is an option, if you didn't know, to do local pickup, and all they do is they send the buyer a QR code that us, the seller, will scan, and then it makes eBay say, okay, yeah, you picked it up, you're good to go, and then it ends the transaction. So maybe we'll put them on for $1,000 local pickup on eBay. I have no idea, but Mr. Yoda man, you got to go on that. Out of the storage unit, and today is Monday, which is Labor Day, and it's still a work day for us, is what I'm saying. But early this morning, I did have a buddy come over and he said, hey, I need help with my exhaust system. So he bought a brand new car, want to put an exhaust system on. I was like, yeah, I can do it, come over. It only took a couple hours to do the exhaust system. At the end, there is a reason for this story. At the end of putting the exhaust on, I said, hey, what are you doing with your stock exhaust? He said, I was going to throw it away. I said, no. Around here in these parts, we don't throw nothing away. We look on eBay first, and turns out that the big mufflers in the back go for about $300 a piece. So you got two right there, so it's about $600 plus shipping. The big resonator right there goes for another about $300, and then the down pipes go for about $350. These are flex pipes. These are not catalytic converters. The reason why I say they are not catalytic converters is because catalytic converters, there's more regulations on them than like Canadian geese at this point. Do not try to sell them. It will literally land you in prison if you try to sell catalytic converters online. You cannot do it. There are like there's like city, county, state, and federal regulations on selling that type of stuff. You can't even sell it off your own car. Say if you had a car and you were like, I'm going to do an entire exhaust system on my car, and you had your catalytic converters, you cannot sell them, which to me doesn't make any sense. If you can prove that it's yours, like, hey, I have the title to the car, or I have the registration to the car, it's my car, I got them out of here, still cannot do it. They are like protected like you would not believe. But other exhaust pieces, mufflers, exhaust pipes, that's exactly what that is. They're just exhaust pipe resonators. You can sell them all day long. But catalytic converters do not, even if you see them out of like yard sales or something, don't try to buy them. Stay away from it unless you have the right licensing. You have to have a lot of licensing, and then you have to report to the state, at least in South Carolina, to like tell how many catalytic converters that you've bought and sold. It's crazy, but people steal them a lot, and that's the problem. But we're gonna go ahead and put this in here. But the story, the reason for the story is when you're doing stuff, always think about, can I flip it on eBay? You know, that right there, I actually used the stock boxes here that his other exhaust came in. So I already had the good packing material, the boxes. So all I did was literally chop it up in my driveway, took pictures of it, threw it inside there, and listed like $1,000 worth of stuff in probably 30 minutes using the natural sun and some boxes that my friend gave me. So always be looking out to, hey, do I need to throw it away? Does it sell on eBay? And then go from there. But we are over the storage unit. We're going to pull some more. All right, let's go over some sales real quick. First, let's go over our first sale. Is going to be this little gasket thing for a shotgun. And this right here sold for $42 plus shipping on that. And then another gun piece right here is an antique barrel. You have to be very careful on what you sell on eBay when it comes to gun parts, but they plainly state what you can and cannot sell on eBay. Just read the guidelines and you will be okay. Gun parts, whenever we have them, usually we sell them to antique or very old firearms, and you know it'll tell you exactly what you can sell, what you can't sell. Just adhere by those guidelines. But I'm telling you right now, we do very well in old gun parts. The next thing that's sold is going to be a duck. This duck sold right here for $20 plus shipping. These are the ones we picked up at the Salvation Army, and we're only down to one more duck, and these things are selling very, very quickly. Then these right here are bear paws in like brand new condition. Now, if you were to like buy this thing brand new, they are very expensive for some reason. And I think it's actually a good quality shoe. It feels like it's a good quality shoe, but they do not have a good resale value. As you can tell, these are basically brand spanking new. Comes with the box, which usually does help the value, even though this box looks pretty terrible. Only sold $17 plus shipping. Just one of those things that the market's not there for them in the used market. So that's the name of it right there, Bear Paw. But when you go and look actually how much they are for sale and do sell new, it's a lot higher than reselling them. Just so on the used market, they are a lot cheaper than new. So we do appreciate everybody coming out to Kayla's Whatnot show on the jewelry, all that stuff. Today's Monday. By the time you're seeing this, you most likely have already gotten your jewelry. We do appreciate the love and support on Whatnot. September 7th, we will not be on Whatnot, which is also a Saturday. That is the biggest yard sale here in Myrtle Beach. Inside, it's actually supposed to rain that weekend, so I think it's going to be super, super busy. So if you're going to it, I would get there fairly early just because it is going to rain. I think that there's just not going to be a lot of yard sales, and people, like the yard sale. It's yard sale season, right? The fall yard sale season is almost upon us. I cannot wait. I miss them in the summertime. It just goes down here. It's the heat. People don't like being out in the heat. I understand today it's like 100 degrees. So when it starts cooling off, people like to drag their stuff out of their house and sell it in their driveways. I don't know. It's pretty neat. I enjoy it. But always, like I was saying before, always be looking for ways to make money in unusual ways. Like if you're working on a car, say you're a guy, you work on a car. Don't be throwing your old parts away, your OEM parts, just because you're like, oh, nobody wants them to take off. Somebody restoring that car, especially if it's a decent car, wants the OEM parts, unless they're destroyed, obviously. And then see what they sell online. Just be careful on selling certain items online. Like I said, catalytic converters can get you in a load of trouble, like a lot. There's also some other stuff on there. We got in trouble for selling OEM Nissan parts, so we no longer can sell Nissan parts. That's not going to land us in jail. But they were like, hey, cease and desist, do not sell us, you're not a manufacturer. Maybe you can go to jail for that. I don't know, but we stopped. We were like, okay, so we threw all of our Nissan parts away. And there wasn't that many, it was like 4 or 5 of them. But just always know that there's going to be some sort of resistance. The government's going to want something. They're going to want you to get a license or a tax or something like that to hold you back, basically. But don't let them hold you back, because if you really think about it, there's just a ton of things out there that people just don't know about in business. And the best way is research as much as you can, then go ahead and go for it. And usually somebody will send you a letter about something sometime, right? But we're going to go ahead and go home, start listing some stuff on eBay, because our store has been fairly slow, which I think is odd, because we have been listing a lot. We did a sale over Labor Day weekend, and it did okay. And then obviously when we sold the gold, the entire store went up. But after that, it really, really took a hard hit. Tell me how y'all sales are doing. We are still listing, not 25 a day anymore, and maybe that was the issue, because we went from 25 to listing 10 a day. We've just been really busy getting some storage unit content for the Bearded Thrift Machine channel and getting this yard sale ready. I tell you this, yard sales take a lot of work. In the garage, and take a look at the heat in this bad boy. Right now, it says it's basically gonna rain in my garage. It's only, 90 degrees, 89 degrees, but the humidity is like 85. I think it actually might start a cloud. The reason why I'm in here is that we're gonna go ahead and talk about gold real quick. I had a question, actually I had like 5 or 6 questions pop up in my email about gold, how to test it, how do you know it's real, and stuff like that, how we sell it. I know a lot of people say, keep your gold, and you know what? That's a good way. If you wanna keep your gold, keep your gold. We sometimes need some like money coming in for cash flow, so we kind of keep it in the safe, and then I'll have like if we need a really good day on eBay, I'll go in there and list some gold. And it always sells. I'll tell you how I do it. I think I went over this before, so we'll do it kind of quickly. Real quick, I just bought one of these off of Amazon. It is a purity test, scratch test, and you just rub the gold on here and you go through the acids and watch some YouTube videos. Very, very easy. Easiest one to do is the magnification. If it's magnetized, most likely not gold. And then all you do is you kind of go through it, and it does work, because what I did is I tested my own gold and kind of like put in a pile real gold and what I thought was fake gold. And then we went to the jeweler, and he said what I said was real, and he said what I said was fake. So right there, I do believe like in my ability to see if it's gold or not. In the beginning, I didn't, and I was kind of worried about it. But now I'm pretty good to say, hey, yeah, that's gonna be gold. Now there are some questionable pieces that like kind of flake up a little bit at the 10 karat mark. We'll go ahead and put it in there, but most likely that's not going to be gold, because the acid should not move at like make the scrape go up at all. So a couple YouTube videos and you guys will know exactly how to test that. But I just got it off Amazon. It's only like 15 bucks or 10 bucks. And we also got a diamond tester for like 20 bucks, and it works out really well because we tested some diamonds. We knew which ones we thought were real. We knew which ones we thought were fake. Took it into the real jeweler, and he said, yeah, these are real, these are fake, and there were no discrepancies there. So go ahead and do that. You can sell gold. We do it on auction mostly for 3 days, starting at $1. You don't have to do that. You can look up the spot price of gold by the carat online. There's like little calculators. You can do it that way. But recently, you've been getting over spot prices for gold on auction. So it's very easy. Now, we do have an issue sometimes that people don't pay for their gold. Then you got to run it again, but we only do 3-day auctions, not 7-day auctions. You can even do a day auction. You're basically selling money. It will sell for somewhere around spot price. So, but if you're uncomfortable with that, because when you put on a big chunky ring, we just sold a ring for 318 bucks, starting it at $5. It's a little nerve wracking. Or you can go ahead and just put it in there at spot price, and type it in, you know, and then do it that way. We like to do the auction because sometimes you do get a little bit more than spot price. So it is Mustang week, and what I'm gonna do is go ahead and take that girl out right there. Kayla's not here, so I'm gonna go ahead and actually head to Harbor Freight, the old hobo freight, because today we're working on my buddy's car, and I snapped the hammer in half, so I need another one. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna head down there. I do appreciate everybody watching. If you're not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. It is eBay related. Recently, we've been doing a lot with the yard sale, with building a little bit of cars, doing this, doing that, and it's more of like an everyday type of thing for us, and that's probably what this is gonna be for a while, just because we have so much to do. We, you know, obviously we still sell on eBay a ton, and we always get asked, you know, which, you know, do you really sell on eBay? Are you making money at it? It's 50-50 to us. Like, any type of social media income in eBay right now, or any type of selling income, is exactly 50-50. So we still need all of that income from eBay coming in to pay the bills. I do appreciate y'all watching. Again, hit that subscribe button.